Ba-da-dum, 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 dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-dun, dun, 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 dun. What's up, Food Podcast? Happy holidays to everybody here. We got Rodrigo Torres with a ho-ho, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Ho-ho.
Oh, Mama Kiki.
Lisa Esparza over here, chilling, taking notes, doing taxes, doing everything over there.
Silent partner.
Aaron back over here with a wheel of steel. What up, everybody? We're doing it, man. A lot of things to get over with, man. I can't watch Saturday Night Live because I work Saturday nights, but I got to see the Foo Fighters kill it with their Christmas sweaters, singing Everlong. I waited here for you, Everlong. Then it switched to a Christmas song, and those women killed it on that song. And then it switched to Charlie Brown. And then they closed it over, Merry Christmas. And then the tweets went out after that.
What? People
Finally, we could say Merry Christmas.
Oh, my God.
For reals, bro.
What about happy
Like,
holidays?
who told you not to say it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Didn't it start with some shit?
If somebody told you not to
Walmart?
say Merry Christmas, please let me know so I can punch him in the face.
I'll just say happy holidays instead just to piss them off.
I don't understand. And then Natasha and Marsha Casher,
Happy Hanukkah.
they got a holiday card from their neighbors, and they tweeted it. It said Happy Holiday crossed out, and they put Merry Christmas.
Whoa.
It said not. It said Merry Christmas and it said not holiday. And then Moshe said our neighbors understand us so well.
Merry holidays.
Merry holidays. Happy holidays. No, I'm gonna start saying Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. And a ho 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 to you. I love Christmas. I love the whole Christmas season. I wish it would be like this all year, but people start freaking out, huh?
Where's the elf on the shelf, eh?
I know, man. Where's Chipple? We're back, people. We killed it. We probably sold out all shows at the Addison Improv. Huh?
Mamma mia.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I don't know about Thursday, but Sunday was pretty good.
Sunday was like 208, 220. It was still a lot of people.
Oh, it was packed as hell, dude.
We ran out of merch on the first night, huh?
Dude, it was over.
Well, you were supposed to get
Sweater.
extra merch from FedEx, but FedEx fucked up, and they didn't deliver until Monday. And you guys are gone.
Then
That's
they
some
said,
bullshit.
then they said we'll get there on Tuesday.
Then they changed it and said, "Oh, it's actually coming Tuesday."
Mamma
And
mia.
so I called, and then they said, "Okay, well, we'll send it back to Memphis." I was like, "Memphis? It never was in Memphis." "Oh, that's our hub. It has to go through Memphis, and then we'll call you. And then what? And then you tell us what to do with it." I said, "Well, why can't you just skip the Memphis part and just send it back here, back home to LA?" Oh my God.
I was taking photos outside on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
And some guy came up to me in the line. "Hey, man, can I buy that sweater off you?" And I'm like, "Banya, you're killing me."
It was the last one, fool.
It was the last
It
one.
was all sweaty.
2 weeks
right?
old, eh?
Yeah, man, the same one I've been wearing since Comedy Magic. One wash.
Full sleep with it, eh?
Yeah, man, I was stressed out. I did all the hard work, bro. I took all the fuzz from inside of it already. But
It's all smooth inside.
he gave me $40 cash, put it in my pocket. Went home, got another one. So, yeah, man. So, our merch never got there, but we had a good time over there. And oh, man. The places we ate. No, I ate at Whole Foods every day. Stupid-ass security guard following me around.
We had a
Yeah,
gun,
tell me about
dog.
that, because I saw your story about that. You didn't tell me the story, though.
When we got
I
there,
saw your Instagram.
there was a security guard walking around, but I get followed at the Whole Foods here by the Mexican
Right.
cop. But yeah, I didn't even notice him. So later on, we sat down, we were eating our Whole Foods, so I started recording him.
The first cop or
Yeah.
the second cop, because there was two.
Only the
Was
first
it
one.
cop or a security guard?
He was all decked out like a cop, but he was a security guard.
Well, I wanted to make sure because that Whole Foods has a bar and they're serving alcohol, and I always know that in Texas, if they have
Craft beer.
alcohol, there's a real
There has
cop.
to be a cop.
Okay,
So I'm
that
thinking
was-
that.
Yeah.
But that guy that was following him, he was a security guard because the black officer was a
An actual
police
cop.
officer.
No, well, they were they were both from the same thing, but the other guy looked more official because he wasn't all fat. He looked like the Dad in Family Matters, the black cop.
Yeah.
And the other one was a bald one, like playing the part, all like walking with this stiff back and everything.
I used to prevent anything.
Dude, what's he gonna do?
Get punched fast.
They
Bro.
stole the power bar. Get him.
Yeah, man. Hey. Even though he had all the samples, bro. They're right in front of him.
Dude, there was no samples over there, dog. They just had crumbs.
I hate when they have crumbs.
Dude, that's weak, dude. If I was a manager at that place, all those samples will be like, dude, enough for like 20 people to grab. Real ones.
I remember when I first thought anything about samples, he was done, bro. That's all he wanted.
Dude, I remember samples at Costco.
The best sample story though was when Felipe was taking Isaac around at the mall in the food court. They're sampling everything. They get to this Chinese place that has wings. They have hot wings, right? And they give out samples of different flavored wings.
They were good, dude.
So they're out.
A whole wing?
Yeah.
I think they give one whole wing,
that's what I'm saying,
or a
dude.
little drumstick. Yeah. So,
A little drum, man. But it was
yeah.
good, bro. Flavorful.
but yeah, they're all different flavors.
Spicy garlic. Can't go wrong.
So Isaac.
Habanero mango.
So Isaac and Felipe went up to the wing place, the Chinese place, and said
They were out.
They were out. So they said, well, we need to make some more. And so I said, let's go shop, and then we'll come back. All right. So we came back after like an hour and a half of shopping.
No, because
and he
I
goes,
said, we have to go back. We
Yeah,
told that
he's
lady
like-
we're going to be back. She said 15 minutes.
yeah. So we go back after a long time, and he
goes,
goes up to the lady, the sample lady, and says, "Whew, sorry, we took so long getting back. You got those samples? Are they ready?"
I was exhausted.
So I laughed so hard because he just was thinking that they were expecting him to come back because he said he was coming back. He's like, "Oh, sorry, it took us so long to get back."
Did they have them?
Yeah.
They had him.
And
And
then
he
I
enjoyed
remember my
him.
brother Angel, he came back and they still didn't have it. And then he told that lady straight, "You're killing me." You know that? He told her straight up, "You're killing me, man. What are you doing here? How long did it take?"
That's what I'm saying.
I went to a sample lady, asked like, they're her fucking samples. Bitch, you got paid.
Dude, that's what
You got
I'm
paid
saying.
$35 to sit your fat ass here and make these quesadillas.
Dude, that's a worst, dude.
Or how about when a sample guy, it's an old white dude, like 59, 62.
Fucking Santa,
And he's
eh?
making something. You know he's never made that before. Yeah, so
Quiche.
what you do is you can make these like fajitas. And they're not really fajitas.
Vaginas.
Yeah, man. I think, man, if it's Christmas, every store should be fucking sampling everybody a whole cake, bro. Like you gotta put on a whole cake out there for the people. What am I, fucking George Costanza's father? George Costanza's father didn't even have cake for us.
Dip that finger in that frosting, dude.
Yeah, man.
Trader Joe's has good samples.
Oh yeah. But a lot of places don't have samples, man. Like those Latino markets, like Liborio.
Yeah, they don't. But you know who does? Vallarta and that other one, Northgate. Dude, you go over there's like a party. They're giving out chips and like salsa and shit. But no tacos, like, the grand opening maybe.
At the Grand Central Market.
What do they got there?
At the Grand Central Market on Broadway.
Downtown LA?
There's a place, bro. They sell puerco, bro. Straight up pig, like carnitas.
Carnitas,
Like
buche,
guy's
all that
chopping
shit.
it up right there, bro. And you go there, can get a sample. That food that they just give you a sample, bro. He grabs the tortilla that been steaming right there. Not a cooked tortilla, Rodrigo. I'm talking about those steam ones.
It's marinated.
The ones that stay inside the little thing that just steamed.
Oh, they never been open since they got in there.
Yeah.
Covered up with a little...
in the plastic bag that kind of melting.
Yeah.
So he takes one out, it's a little steamy, and then he just, with his plastic, he's wearing gloves, by the way. Plastic gloves. He grabs the tortilla, bro, grabs a scoop of the fucking carnita he just cut, and he hands it to you, bro, a little wax paper, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even care if he wasn't wearing
And he
gloves.
tells you, there's some lemon right there and salsa if you want to really try it, papa. Dude, I took, who did I take there? I took Chris Torino there, bro.
Wow, bro.
It's fucking good, bro.
Bro, I wish I ate this when I was a kid, bro. You guys got it good, bro.
What's up? Oh, shit. What was that crackling noise?
Diverticulitis, bro.
Bro, what's your favorite Christmas story, bro? Christmas movie?
Christmas story, please.
I mean, I like a lot of them, bro. My top 5 have to be Christmas Story 1 because I could watch that shit over and over, and I watch it over and over every year.
Dude, I just like...
Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. A little white
And
trash Christmas.
It's good, man. Of course, Santa Claus, the first one. 3. That shit's funny, bro. Little bully kid with a booger. Fool, I realized
Fucking Jack Frost.
I
dude.
realized the movie was shot in Long Beach. And
Really?
It was all shot.
Where,
It
fool?
was not even shot. You know, right there, Ren? Right there with
Pike.
the scene where they're hanging out. And it was shot right there at where we at the backstage of Tropicalia.
Right there at what's it called? The Queen Mary.
Yeah.
Really? That little area? I like the first Home Alone.
I'll chip out on that, man. Santa Claus, okay? It was supposed to be set in Florida or Arizona, right? But it was all shot in Long Beach, and that mall was the Alamo Mall.
Oh, where they
Yeah.
have scenes of Jackie Brown.
Yeah. And that girl walking around, when he's looking at her, checking out her ass, that's the Alamo Mall. And
I've been there.
I started noticing it, bro, because I'm thinking about, I've been to Florida. I know the kind of sun they got over there.
Yeah.
Always cloudy.
It's a filtered sun.
Yeah, man. Welcome to Florida, Jacksonville, man. I'm doing all the loony bins. Yeah, man. So that's my third. And also like
fourth?
what do I like, man?
It's a
I like
top
Home
five.
Alone, bro.
I love that. The first one's the best. though.
Yes. You know, it's not really, it'll probably be number 5, number 6. It's not really a Christmas story, but there's a lot of Christmas themes in it. Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, dude.
Man, when that fool, that's the real bad Santa, bro. When he's down and out, bro, and that fool walks into that fucking Christmas party, and just walks out with a fucking piece of salmon, and he's eating that shit in a bus, all dirty, and the fucking salmon full of hair.
That's a badass movie, though, dude.
Oh shit.
Dog fights.
Yeah, man. So that's my third, right? And also, man, there's a lot of them, bro, but that's the ones I can barely think about. Oh, of course, Lethal Weapon 1, bro. That's a Christmas movie run. It starts off with a fucking buying Christmas trees, and it ends on Christmas Day. When him and Gary Busey are fighting, they're playing like Rocking Along the Christmas. Oh, and I'm trying to think of another one that's good, bro, but I guess I gotta say that I like, we're talking about the 5 best Christmas movies. And I said that, of course, Christmas Story 1, Christmas Vacation 2, Bad Santa 3. Number 4, it's not even a Christmas story, but
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
You're crazy. Scrooged has to be in the top 5.
All right, Scrooge. I don't really like
Scrooged is the
bro.
best.
Dude, I used to get forced to watch that like
Me too.
in school.
I was forced to
Be like,
read it, bro.
"Dude,
In
you got nothing
school.
else?"
No, you're talking about the Christmas Carol.
Because that was one with Bill
I'm talking
Murray.
about Scrooged with Bill Murray. That's the best one.
I prefer Caddyshack. Eh?
Isn't that a Christmas story? Also, man, it's not even a Christmas
You
story,
didn't
but
say Elf either.
I like
Elf's a badass
Elf's a
movie.
good
I
movie.
seen that shit in the theater, dude.
I did too.
That's
Several
a
times.
badass movie, dude. I would have to say that's my number 2, dog.
Elf.
Elf is
Yeah,
a fucking
no,
great
Elf is
movie.
tight,
And,
dog.
and the one I like September 29, December 29. 29th Street,
29th
bro.
Street, yeah.
Yeah, that's Christmas.
Yeah, dog.
I don't care for that movie.
That's
You
a
love
dude.
it,
That's
though.
a badass. Danny
So I
Aiello,
like they
dude.
gather, they can't sing. Hey, Tommy, sing a song.
And that's always pissed off,
Felipe
dog.
likes stuff that happens in like restaurants, and you love that
dinner
one.
restaurant.
You love that one restaurant movie with Stanley Tucci, right? The Italian restaurant.
Yeah, I do, man. I like that one.
And you also love the part in Goodfellas where they're making the dinner. Like you love watching the process of making dinner.
How
and-
come when that guy says in Goodfellas, let's eat, and then she brought out that tray? Come on.
Oh, forget about it, dog.
But when they're slicing the garlic,
When
and
that fool's
doing all
putting
that stuff.
ketchup on his pasta, I never understood that, bro.
Because he mixes it with the sauce.
Why, it's too harsh, too strong, too
Well, they
garlicky?
got- I don't know. They American it up a little bit,
You,
dog.
you put mayonnaise on your stuff. I mean, ketchup on your stuff.
Yeah, but not on
Mexican food.
spaghetti.
I don't know. Those East Coasters, bro. But even in the prison, when the prison scene there, they eat good, dog.
Yeah, that's hard.
How do you like your steak medium rare? An aristocrat.
Okay,
Yeah, man.
Get
so
to the
that
business.
was that, bro. Such a cool shirt, Jimmy. Gotta get rid of that for
Just
Rodrigo
take
ECM,
some
man.
time.
What's up, fool? Little crackly noise, bro. So,
What's going on here? What happened, fool?
I think I like Santa too, bro. The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. What?
Fucking fake fat guy.
And I like that Twilight Zone Santa Claus with Art Carney.
That's a great
where
one.
that fool out down and out Santa Claus, he's like a bum, and he finds his bag and he goes, "What's your favorite toy? Walkie-talkie? Let's see what's in there." He's just joking around. Oh my God, here's a walkie-talkie. And he just takes up presents, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. So I like that.
Portal to another dimension.
Yeah, man. So like that. Okay, here we go.
Cool, bro.
Everybody, and what are you going for?
What?
So, Chris Story, where you going for Christmas?
You know where I go, bro. The happiest place on earth, bro.
Where?
Disneyland, bro.
You go there every year.
You know how we do it, bro.
Are they really coming down for Christmas?
I don't know.
I think so, bro. No, I don't know.
What's up, fool?
Yeah, man, Chris Ward.
By the way, when
Shut
you
up.
whispered in his ear, you could hear everything.
I know they could see us too, man. It's part of the drama.
Yeah, he was in on it the whole time.
It's part of the drama.
The suspense.
We might have a few people over for some tamales. Vegan tamales, vegan pozole.
I don't like tacos.
What are
I don't think we're inviting Fred Stoller this year.
Remember that he was complaining at that Arab Corolla Christmas party or something? Dr. Drew?
Well, he wanted soup.
Oh my god.
And I said, well, I have pozole.
Was this Cantors or what?
I said, I have pozole. He's like, is that too spicy? I said, no, just don't put anything in it. You'll be fine.
What's up, fool? December 27th, benefit for Flaco at the Ice House. I'm hosting a show. Martin Rizzo, Martin Rizzo, Rodrigo Torres, Brian McDaniel, Luz Palazos.
What's her last name?
Pasos.
Palacios?
Huh?
Luz Pasos.
I thought it was
shit.
Palacios.
Oh.
Pasos? I wrote it down.
What is it?
Luz Pasos.
That's what I call Luz Palazos.
Well, I wrote Palacios.
Unos palazos, raza. That's Isaac's crush. Dude.
Oh, shit.
Isaac Flaco Martinez.
Okay. Luz Pasos.
He has a crush on everybody.
Well, this show is called, it should be called I Took Flaco to the Hospital one night.
To the ER. Huh?
Yeah. And also, January 5th, I'll be in Boulder, Colorado, at the Boulder Theater. January 6th, Portland, Oregon, Revolution Hall. January 12th, Chicago, the Vic Theater. January 13th, New York City. January 13th, New York City. Tell all your friends. PlayStation Theater. January 20th, Coachella. Spotlight 29. January 27th, Tucson, Arizona, at Desert Diamond, Sahuarito.
Sahuarita.
Sahuarita.
Just 20 minutes
What the hell
outside
is
of
that?
Tucson. 20
Cool.
minutes out of Tucson.
And January 16th, I'll be at the Bray Improv. Rodrigo Torres and the homies. Yeah, man.
Joe and the homies, huh?
Yeah, bro.
Who's on the show, bro?
Special guest, bro.
Who, Mando?
Hey, man, I eat Chinese food with tortillas, eh?
Fucking Pops, bro?
Hey, bro.
Want a breath, bro? I'm fat.
What's going on here?
What's we got Lisa over here dressed in black, joining the dark side?
Oh, you guys see Star Wars yet?
Hell no, bro.
I'm too fat right now.
I don't know nothing. I thought Lisa didn't want to see it, so I was gonna.
Yeah, that's why we didn't watch
but
it.
we're not gonna see it on Christmas Day.
I
Oh,
told
right
him
on.
he could
At
go
some
see
couches.
It. I don't care.
We're gonna sit on some
That's cool.
couches at the movie theater that
Not
reclines.
couches, they're reclining.
Eat Chinese food
That's
and
the way
shit?
to see it, right, bro?
Oh, my God. I just fall asleep in there, dog.
Yeah, man.
I like to have a beer and watch my show.
What's up, fool? We have a guest today, bro.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. We used to be with the same agent, Maverick,
Oh, wow.
back in the days, right?
Oh.
Yeah, and we were the last survivors,
That was a
bro.
long time
She
ago.
left before everybody, and it was like Lunel. We were like the Dirty Dozens, bro.
She started the Exodus.
We were the ones that Jay couldn't dump. So he was like,
He didn't even tell you he was
no, man.
leaving.
He was just we're changing companies. I'm
didn't even
keeping you
tell.
guys.
But he didn't even tell you till
Me
like
and
a
Mr.
month later.
Mr. Feldman, bro. He just took off with him.
Mr. Belding.
Mr. Belding.
Saved by the Bell?
Same with the bell,
that's
bro.
his
His biggest client.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he went to Abrams. He only took him.
He only took him. But then he called like a month later and said, "Oh, I don't know if you know, but I moved. I meant to tell you. I thought I told you." I said, "No, you didn't tell us."
I don't think I was ever actually with them. I think he just kind of said I was.
I knew another guy, man, who just used to have the ICM hat. Roger Paul. He was there with him for a month.
Yeah.
He was wearing an ICM hat and
He
a,
never was with
and,
us,
and
yeah.
a coat.
They gave him the boot,
all
right?
up on Montreal Festival in 2005.
I got booked on a sitcom in 2015, and Jay Schachter had nothing to do with it, and I ended up having to pay commission for that series regular role. 6
To him?
episodes. Yeah.
How is that possible?
I should have done looking back, fought it.
Yeah, I fought him. Well, I fought him because he wanted your touring money from
Yeah,
Last
I
Comic
should have
Standing.
fought it. It was 18
Wanted
grand.
to wet his beak, huh?
He wanted, like, he got a cut of the winnings from Last Comic Standing because he booked you on
Douche.
that. But he thought he was getting a cut of the touring money from Last Comic Standing.
You fought him?
Oh, yeah, I said, but you're not booking that tour. You don't have any cut of his stand-up. You're theatrical.
Good.
That's it.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
And he was like, oh. He
Oh.
knew.
I
He
should have. You
knew.
know what? I was too.
He knew.
I know.
Please, bad.
So we have Rebecca Corry, people.
Oh,
Ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen,
On the
please.
show.
Sorry, I
welcome.
was
Got her
talking
name.
before
Rebecca
you said
Corry.
that. Hi,
It's all
everybody.
good. How you
It's
doing?
so. I'm
Before we
good.
forget.
I'm good. How are you?
We don't want to go an
Good.
hour here without introducing you.
Yeah. How's the dogs?
Well, Sally came in all tough, talking shit.
I
She
saw
came in
that,
all
man.
tough.
Well,
She
she
was
heard
like,
Felipe barking, I think.
Yeah,
went
she
over
was
there
like-
and goes, I know
she was
there's
like, woof, woof.
she went in and goes, I know there's another dog over there. Because there is.
Oh, is there?
Like, a little,
Wait, there is here?
a little Lulu. Luan, bro. Little Lulu.
Where?
Oh, I'm glad
Like
she
way
didn't
over
see
there?
it. She doesn't
Oh.
like
Like
it.
a little Cocker Spaniel.
What is that? Like a little. It looks like a little lion, huh?
There's a corgi, there's a
Corgi,
French
bro.
bulldog, and there's
All
a
here right
retriever.
now?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
they're in
yeah.
the other room that's
But she
like
smells
it's a
them,
different
right?
company. It's a different company.
Okay.
They're closed off.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
She
get.
keep
We'll get her
her
out of here.
scratching
real
her nails.
She was like, Sally was like, this is not. And then that's Todd.
Todd.
Todd and Sally.
How you doing, Todd?
They're good. They're good. They're both rescued and alive, so that's a good thing.
What's up, fool? How you been?
I've been all right. You're like one of my favorite people on the planet. How have you been?
I've been good, man.
Yeah.
We just got back from Addison. We were getting rushed out of the Addison Improv every night.
Come on, guys, get out of here, Mama.
We gotta go. And
You
I'm
got a
like,
special? You got a special out.
yeah, now an HBO special just out.
It's the second one, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we did it all
Congrats.
ourselves. We didn't have to share the money with anybody.
You just shot it yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Edited it, and then-
hired the crew and they did the editing and everything, but we were on a skeleton budget and we paid for it all ourselves.
And you just presented it
and then
like
we sold it to HBO, but they don't buy many specials that have been done
Yeah.
before, you know. But
Good
they
for
didn't
you.
change a thing. They loved it.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
it was good.
Good. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. You're one of the good ones.
You were in a rental car commercial. Budget?
She's been in a lot of
No.
commercials.
Hurts.
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 Wait, what a random thing to bring up. What happened? Did you see it
I
somewhere?
saw it a lot of
saw it,
times.
yeah.
Wait,
times.
recently?
No.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I saw
better
it on
be getting-
YouTube. I saw it on TV. I saw it when I was in a hotel room.
That was a huge campaign.
Did you have to give your agent at Maverick a check for that too?
I did not, because I was never with Maverick. I think he just said I was. I don't know, but I do want that money back.
Scam artist.
I know, right? 18 grand he got from me. I'd like to.
Same thing happened to Martin Rizzo.
Oh well, they just accepted the check
The straight jack.
like
move,
most
huh?
agencies do on his behalf, and then they never gave him.
What's
the
wrong with
pay.
these people?
I don't know.
What's going on? What is going on? Are we living in end times?
Miss Ethics
I
101.
don't know. It's not like some people I guess when you start off
Yeah.
she's been my manager for like 20 years. How? You have an agent already. You should have dumped that manager at 6. You know what I mean? And then he goes, well, you know, she gets all my checks. You know, she signs up. Why? Why does she sign all your checks? Was
yeah.
she your mom?
Right.
This is a business, goddammit.
Right.
So no, she just does everything, you know. Then later on they cry because they don't have nothing.
Well, for agencies, most of them can accept checks on your behalf. You agree to that because they get the payment, they take their commission out, and they give you the rest. But a manager shouldn't be.
But you have to
doing
sign a
anything with
form
your
to
money. You
allow
have to
them.
sign that,
And
yeah.
he didn't have that form.
No.
He didn't even know my social security number or my maiden name. I'd been married.
What?
People don't know that. It's a secret.
That's crazy.
And so he called me. He's like, "Can I have your social security number? Can I have your I said, no. What are you talking about? Well, you know, I made the call to get you. I said, no, you didn't. I got called in directly.
Made the call.
That
call.
you get I made a call.
$18,000 for a phone call.
He didn't even know when I had callbacks. He didn't know when I. Do you love that I'm just like saying it out loud?
It's all
Oh, good. Let it out.
I'm letting it out. I've let a lot out.
Think that happened,
We've heard. You've been in
Yeah.
the news.
think that happened to Rodrigo, right?
Well, what happened?
You been robbed before, right?
Oh, I got robbed, but it wasn't like
Oh.
from an agent.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Get robbed at the gunpoint.
I followed a promoter to the ATM. I had no money.
Wait, you got robbed for real? Like robbed with a gun?
Not robbed. I got like jacked. Like I had money, like cash money inside.
Oh,
of,
Oh
like,
yeah,
the
the
car.
landlord. The
His
landlord broke
landlord.
into his house and
And
took his money.
you know, went in there and took it, and then like next day I was like, dude, where the fuck's this shit at? Flipping everything over,
Nice.
and then I just took off after. I was like, fuck this.
Were you wearing a GoPro when you did that?
Hell no. Sitting there and sweating in like June and shit. It was
It's one of those
horrible.
times you would have hid it under the bed. She would have found it, huh?
Oh, dude, I just think, dude,
Landlords can be shady too.
she
Bad.
jacked me nasty.
You knew somebody else who was getting robbed by their landlord too. She was coming in and digging in their drawers and stuff, right?
Yeah,
And they had her
Steph.
on camera. They had her on camera finally and got her busted.
Yeah, and then like one time when he was recording her, she was carrying a gun, bro.
Yeah, she had a gun on her.
Shut up.
And she caught her with a gun. Looking.
Because I think she came in ready to fight somebody
Oh
in
my
case they were home. You
Yeah.
know, landlord, man.
God damn.
And then she goes, "What did you?" Because then she goes, "Fight. What did you shoot him?" Well, 'cause I heard he was supposed to be at work. I heard somebody in here.
Yeah,
I
she
want
could have had
to
any
investigate.
excuse. Yeah. Because they're not supposed to go in unless there's like a gas leak.
Plus, this lady probably doesn't have
That's
that.
consent
fire,
too, right?
yeah.
Then she could always. Then that room is probably not registered as a rental place.
Who knows? Yeah,
She's
that's
killed somebody
scandalous.
before, dude.
She was ready.
You don't whip out a gun like that or chill with one. Anyhow.
So what's up, man?
Well,
When'd you get started in comedy?
when did I get started?
Where?
Chicago.
Chi-town.
You from
Yeah.
Chicago?
No, I grew up in Seattle, but I moved to Chicago when I was 19, and then I went through the Second City training program and then studied at the Annoyance Theater, and then I ended up the last 2 years I was in Chicago. Because I like improv, but I don't like improv games and shit. So, like, if I'm on the stage with people doing games, I'm like, I always say out loud, break the reality. And I'm like, that was stupid. What was that?
Yes,
So-
and?
Yes, and that was stupid. That was stupid. And then they're always
I don't
like,
like
you
the
can't
games
say
either.
that. Yeah, I don't like games. So I dumped out of that. And then, and I think people were happy. I didn't do it anymore. And then I did audience warm up at the Jenny Jones show for 2.5 years.
Damn.
And that's how I started getting into stand up, because I'd be out there. Jenny Jones is just the most unpleasant, and she would have like hair issues on the regular. So I'd be out there for 3 hours vamping. And after a while, you just like 5 days a week. It was a 5-day a week show, and it was so much work. And
Wait, so you
And
didn't
then-
have an act when you started that? You just
no,
were
you just
Straight improv?
I
hyping-
was
you were
put in
hyping
front of
them
a
and-
huge audience and meant to be
Wow.
out there. Sometimes I was out there for like an hour and a half
just
at a time.
cheerleading, like not.
Yeah, and trying to come up. Then I figured
Wow.
after a while, I started figuring out things I could do. And then pretty soon I realized it wasn't really an act per se, because I didn't really know. But it was like things I could go to that I knew that the crowd, it was a very urban crowd, and people were, Jenny Jones show
Yeah.
was so popular, and Springer taped across the hall. And
primed.
it was crazy. And so that's when I started doing it. And I did that for 2.5 years and then moved out here. And then like in 2001, I did stand up for the very first time at the Improv. And it was a showcase for the Montreal Comedy Festival for new faces. And I got in. And with that 5 minutes, and it was like, it was an amazing year. I think like Kevin Hart, me, D. Ray Davis, Dean Edwards. That was I think I may have been the only woman, maybe one other one, but so 2001 really, and then just been plugging away, yeah, acting and crap,
That's
doing
cool.
that, yeah, still doing it with now I tour nationally with my foundation. That's why I want you to do a show.
What's your foundation?
The Stand Up for Pits Foundation.
Starting for Pitts, bro.
Stand Up for Pits. Got 2 of them right here. Todd's rescued from a dog fighting operation.
Which one? The black one?
Yep. And Sally is just severe neglect and abuse, overbreeding
Yeah.
abuse. Yeah.
You
So
see a lot of overbreeding in the community, in the pit bull community.
Damn queen, bro.
I can't even look at her. Well, there's this girl on Instagram they follow. She's selling her puppies from her
I can't.
apartment.
Don't even tell me her name.
Can't even look
Don't
at
tell me her
her.
name. It's brutal. Yeah. So that's it.
Like I knew a guy. Well, I want to say, yeah, man, this guy in the projects, bro. All right, we live in the housing projects, right? First of all, you can't keep no other type of animal. Not a cat,
Not a hamster.
not a hamster,
Cockatoo.
not even a fish, dude. You're supposed to have, but people have fish. This guy lived in a 4-bedroom apartment with his whole family, a bunch of girls, and my friend Nacho. That fool was breeding. He was breeding
No.
Rottweilers, bro. Like Rottweilers, bro. Like they were outside eating, bro. Like, all 8 of them.
What?
He live in the housing projects.
What an-
They finally somebody stopped them and told him, "You're crazy, dude. Why are you breeding all these dogs?"
He's probably selling them for $100 a piece.
He was selling. Of course, he was selling them. But every time I bring it up with I see my friends sometimes in the streets. What's up, man? Your dad's still selling them dogs. That man would do anything to hustle, bro. Tacos. He had a big old SWAT
Dogs
van
or
too.
tacos? Take
Dogs
Dogs-
are, yeah. Very similar. Very similar.
But yeah, man, like I don't understand, like how can you like, or sometimes you're like at Walmart, usually like around 2 in the morning you come out, and there's like this meth head out there with a box.
I know.
Yeah, man, you wanna buy a little puppy, and that fool, that little puppy's all scared like he is. The baby has been, the dog have his shots. He didn't know what to say when
What's
you
a shot?
Yeah.
No, he
dog,
ain't been
man, that's
shot.
all you
Yeah,
know.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a bad neighborhood. There's a lot of shots around here.
We went to Venice Beach, and that woman was.
Oh,
selling
we
us
would
dogs.
have
I
taken.
know, it's-
I wanted to
They
take
were
that
so
dog.
cute. I wanted to buy the dogs, but then I don't want to. I don't want to keep it going, you know. And it's like,
Like this homeless guy had this dog that was so scared
I
and
wanted
frail.
to take that dog from. I wanted to pay him $20 for that
Did
dog.
you say it was it? So
It was a little Chihuahua thing, and it was so scared and cold, and then it threw up something.
It was probably
like pizza or something, but it just threw up. It looked like its whole intestines right in front of us. But then he was so scared, and he snapped at everybody who came by. He said he hates everybody. And I'm like, I wonder why.
Yeah.
I said, this dog's been abused.
Nah, man. I think you live in a world of Mad Max.
Well, that
That
too.
fool had a
It was
character
all
of Mad
he
Max, bro. He had
did.
a pink mohawk.
He did. He looked crazy. They were all,
We do. We definitely do.
But then I was like, that dog's it won't come to me for one. 2, it's gonna be even more scared when it gets in our car. 3, I don't know what kind of things it has. What kind of
Rodrigo,
parasites
man, he
or
sees that all the
whatever.
time. When you exterminate, man, like you go to people's houses, you're like, how could this guy breed all these fucking cats?
Dude, it
You
is
see animal-
brutal,
you see
man.
animal
When I was
love.
putting in air conditioning, I was kicking them out of their houses, and somebody they were grabbing it from the floor. I would go into a house, an old man with like 13 cats. There's cat food everywhere, and there's baby cats everywhere too. Like, how can you live like this? How can you
They
keep
do,
cats
man.
like that? They can't even run.
I know.
Oh, it's brutal, man. And the house stinks, all that shit.
And they
Most of
tell
the
you,
time,
be
people
careful.
people shouldn't have animals. Most people. They shouldn't have humans either. A lot of people.
I know. If you can't take care of yourself, dude, what are you doing?
Exactly.
That's why I gave my humans away.
When did you start your foundation?
I started it in 2013, just at the end, like September of 2013, because I organized a march on Washington, D.C. to help raise awareness about dogfighting and breed-specific legislation. And we made U.S. history. It was pretty epic. Like, we marched on Washington, and 5,000 people came from all over the country and world. And
Millie Man Rough.
that's it. It was actually called the 1
Million
Million
Bark.
Pibble March.
Oh, tight.
So we marched and I organized it myself, got the U.S. Capitol, the West Lawn, and we rallied there, and it was pretty great, pretty cool to be able to raise awareness about what's going on with these dogs, because it's pretty crazy.
Did your cousins do dog fight Rodrigo Riverside?
No, I've never been to no dog fights.
But they do them, huh? Not your,
Oh,
not
I've
your cousins.
heard of them. I mean,
Like
the only
you-
thing I've ever been to live are cockfights. Rooster
That's a
fights.
big problem here
Yeah.
too.
You know where they have them at? Odessa, Texas, bro.
Yeah.
In Midland, Texas, I always say that when I was working over there, the comedy club already closed. Everybody went to prison. But one time the promoter.
Wait, everybody went to prison from the comedy club?
Yeah.
They were involved in nefarious activities.
Yeah, a lot of them
outside
were.
of
Like
And,
dog fighting and stuff?
No.
That was,
No.
that was just a hobby for them.
Drugs. Yeah.
The owner
Pushing
goes.
weight.
The owner goes. Hey man, you want to go to the fights later on after you take your nap from radio? And I said, I was like, I'm gonna wake up and go to a fight at 3 in the afternoon on a Friday. He goes, no, I'm good, man. What kind of? He goes. Then later on, I asked him, how were the fights? And it goes, yeah, it was good, man. My dog kicked ass. I didn't lose. I didn't lose 2,500. I guess that's how much every dog is worth. But yeah, man, they went to a regular dog fight. He goes, God damn, dog fight. He
You
goes,
thought it was a regular
That's
fight.
actually a federal offense
I
now.
thought it was a regular fight, but now, man, it was a bunch of local guys, local neighborhood. It's a regular thing in that neighborhood, and they all went.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I grew up in East
Disgusting.
Dayton. East Dayton was a hub for indoor gambling, like illegal video game gambling, and then also dog fighting. It was huge, and they would steal stray dogs
Yep.
and train them, and they were basically bait dogs, and that was happening all throughout our neighborhood. And my mom rescued all those little dogs, and we'd go feed all the strays at night. Every night, we'd.
I wonder how these little markets in the neighborhood get away with so much gambling. Like, When I was living in
That's where Larry Flint and his brother grew up.
when I was
in
living
my
in Diamond
neighborhood.
Street, right there. When I was living out there in Diamond Street, wasn't that's the gang in the neighborhood. But when I was living in downtown on Boylston, the Asian guy, he had an arcade in one of the machines with a regular slot machine. There's people losing money all day and winning money too
It's sitting there for hours.
for hours. It's an actual slot machine. How come they don't stop it?
Nobody dropped
Small
a dime.
time.
on it.
Nobody-
Yeah,
but
it's
small
small
time,
time,
huh?
or maybe they're paying somebody off, probably, to look the other way.
What's up, fool?
What's happening?
So how long you been staying with these dogs for a long time?
Yeah, I
How
mean,
did you
I
get started?
Yeah, what made you start the?
Well, a dog named Angel came into my life. She was rescued from South LA, and someone had dumped battery acid on her back and cut her ears off with razor blades or scissors, and she was in the pound, and no one was going to get her at the last minute. A small rescue got her, and I started fostering her, and then just became really educated about pit bull type dogs and the stereotype and the discrimination they endure, and that 85% of all dogs in shelters are pit bull type dogs, and they're not. Pit bull is not a breed; it's a breed, but these dogs are all called pit bulls because of how they look. It's a term based on how they look. And so I was just like, wait, so we're killing millions of these dogs and calling them dangerous and violent because they have short hair and like beefy shoulders? Like, that's insane. And then just started realizing the underground world of it all, the dog fighting of it all, the discrimination. People can't get houses or insurance or apartments. They can't, just because they have a dog that looks, it's discrimination at like the most insane level. And so it just really pissed me off. And so I just really educated myself about breed-specific legislation and how shitty the law was and how awful it was, and just believed, like, look at the discrimination that people deal with every day. It's like, it just all bleeds down. It's the same thing. So I started fighting it, and still am, and always will, because they're born inherently good. They're innocent, voiceless beings, and it's human beings that are fucked up and dangerous, not dogs. So, yeah, my foundation has saved a lot, a real lot, thousands and thousands, and we have a ripple effect because we raise, like this year, I think we raised $77,000 for nonprofits nationwide, and $77,000 in shelter supplies, and then $67,000 in funds for nonprofits nationwide. And my foundation raises funds too. Last year, we spay and neutered for low-income families 430 animals, which is amazing, around the country. And we do a lot of ripple effect work, like at the core, that will help save lives for years to come, not just taking dogs from the pound and saving them. We're not a rescue. We don't have fosters, but we support a lot of people who do and save a lot of dogs that way.
That's great.
And we run a dog fighting tip line in LA County. So I have a private investigator that checks out the tips, and we have a relationship with law enforcement and county officials. And
What should people do if they know about dog fighting in their
very
neighborhoods?
good question.
some
If you
money
what's that?
I was like, put some money down. I was
Okay.
playing.
See? Now that's the problem with Murica.
I'm messing with you.
No, that's a good question. Well, first of all, I want to say you should care, because where there's dog fighting, there's always other crimes. So these guys that are dog fighting dogs, it's like what you said earlier. It's just a tip of the iceberg. There's usually abuse of children, assault, battery, illegal weapons,
Most of the
drugs.
people are involved in a sexual slave trade too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Come on, if you're like fighting with dogs,
Yeah.
if you
probably,
don't-
I wouldn't
you're
doubt
probably
it.
a pimp too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. That's the kind of mentality.
Well, because it's just they're not humans or animals anymore. They're objects. They're money-making objects. And if you see money making out of a dog, then you're gonna see
then
it
you're
out of a person
exactly.
as well.
But some pit bulls are also just breeded for show, right?
Well,
I see some
they
big ass pit bulls
Well,
where
people-
they bro buff one.
Well, people like them.
Well-
The blue nose
Steroids on them.
pits, red nose, all that stuff, right?
Oh yeah, well that's one thing we fight, because it's like, why are you breeding more dogs
Yeah.
when there's millions dying and being thrown in garbage bags every year who are amazing? These guys are from the shelter. There's amazing dogs in the shelter right now. They're full.
They sell 'em for good coin, though, right?
It's so annoying. Yeah, it's like, and then those dogs, they're a gift. They get in the wrong hands. They end up in the shelter. We end up having to clean it
most
up.
pit
It's a
bulls,
mess.
more people get pit bulls in the beginning, like for their babies or for them. They realize they can't really. They always send them back.
They just drop them off. They throw them away at the pound. It's really sad. But I want to answer your question about what should you do. First, it is don't look away. You got to care. And even if you don't like dogs, I say this to people all the time. It's like if you don't like pit bulls or you don't even like animals at all, it doesn't matter. A dog fighter affects you. If you think a dog fighter isn't capable of burning your shit down or stealing your car or robbing your whatever, you're wrong. So you should care. And then evidence is always great. You got to be careful though, but any sort of video footage, photos, witnesses is great. You can in LA County they can call the tip line, which is 1-877-777-2585. Anywhere else in the country you can call the HSUS tip line, and if a fight is in progress, call 911. It's a federal offense. They'll go to federal. If prosecuted, they will go to jail.
Yeah. I remember that when I was a kid, growing up, I didn't even know that the Little Rascals dog was a pit bull until later on. Petey.
Right, Petey.
Because then I realized, how come they cut I asked my mom, how come they cut their ears so make them scary? He goes, because Petey was cute, right? And he's a pit bull, right?
Yeah.
From Little Rascals, like
yes.
this guy.
Yeah. Like Todd.
Yeah, Todd,
So
what's up, dog?
Todd, you want to come over and say hi,
McKenzie,
guy?
too.
Go say hi, guy.
And Spud McKenzie's a type of pit, though,
He's a
right?
bull terrier.
There you go. Because a pit bull is like a bull terrier and an
looks to me
English
like a-
bulldog.
It's
Or what
there's
it's a
only
hybrid, right?
One real,
There's an
only
American
one
pit.
real. Yeah, American Pit Bull Terrier is the technical.
Yeah, that's what everybody's
breed.
looking
but,
for.
Yeah, but if you were to swab
Soft
the
head.
inside of Todd's face and swab the inside of Sally's mouth, they would just be mutts but they're called pit bulls because of what they look like.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But there's really only one American Pit Bull Terrier, and they're always pretty small.
I
Yeah, they're
remember-
usually
pounds.
shorter.
I remember watching
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
American pit you're talking about in the cartoons. He was always a drill sergeant.
Ball buster.
I could see that.
Hard
I could see
line,
it. But
hard
they're very
nose.
sweet. They have a terrible rep, but they're sweet.
And why do they get that terrible rap? Like, that they always
Well-
maul kids, supposedly. this
Movies
and
too,
that.
probably.
Gangsters like
Movies.
them.
Like in movies, pit bulls
Videos.
are always attacking somebody.
I know. It's the
And
same.
it's funny, they're gonna redo that movie. Somebody told me, Dogs, the Doberman Pinscher gang. You know that movie that where the Dobermans rob banks.
No, what was
There used to
it?
be a movie in the '80s called the Doberman Pinscher gang.
Oh,
The guy would walk in with 7 Dobermans with a pouch, and they would grab
the
the
tellers?
guards and they would rob the whole bank.
Yeah, they had like a method.
Yeah, a
to
method of stealing it.
Each one. had
Yeah,
a
They're gonna
job.
redo it.
They're gonna redo it, you know. And then you know what happened? Every time they do a cute movie
People
about
go
dogs,
out.
go buy and buy dogs, go
And the-
breed more
yep.
dogs.
And
Glorification.
then the following year, the following year, the shelters will be full of
Full
Doberman
again.
Pinschers
That
because
would happen during
That's what happens with rabbits. during-
Beverly Hills Chihuahua
Oh yeah, yeah.
oh
yeah.
yep.
and
Same.
Easter, same thing with
Same.
Easter.
Easter
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
rabbits, and
What is wrong with
the
people?
rabbit that we got was a gift, a Valentine's Day gift to this
Yeah.
girl, and then she didn't want it,
Of course.
and it sat in call her it, but at the time we didn't know what she was, but she sat in a room in the dark in a cage.
In a cage. In a
With no
room
human
for
interaction.
For like 8 hours a day.
Brutal.
And then they let her out once a day in the yard, like a prison inmate.
Yeah,
So when we
she
got
didn't
her-
have hay. She was
When we
just
got her,
eating
she never ate
pellets
hay.
and-
She just ate pellets.
Yeah, she was.
Oh
just
my gosh.
no
that's
love.
Terrible.
When we brought her home, she was the first time she got out, huh?
She sat with us for hours.
when
and
you
just
start
kissed
your-
us.
When you start your foster program for rabbits, even though we stand up for pits, we'll help you out.
Yeah.
We'll
Stand
give
up for
you a
bunnies,
grant.
eh?
Yeah, stand up for bunnies.
This is a nice dog with the
Todd's,
ears.
Todd's pretty legendary. He's got a huge following on Instagram. I think like 30. Him and Sally have like
What are their
35,000.
Instagrams?
Want me to take a picture of you guys?
Yeah, me petting. Right?
Okay. Mr. Todd and Sergeant Sally.
Mr. Todd and Sergeant Sally on Instagram.
Let me see. Did it take? Oh, look at how much he's loving that.
Yeah, you can record me or just press that white button.
Okay.
Just hold it.
What's his name?
This is Todd.
What up, Todd?
Todd. Oh,
Todd's
hold
in
the
the
white
7th
button.
grade.
Wait,
Yeah, hold
how
it.
do I do it? What kind of phone is that? I'm
It's
100.
Galaxy
Oh,
Note
okay.
8.
I'll hold it. Todd, get over there.
What's this one
Don't
name?
walk away, Greg.
Come here, Todd.
You can
Todd.
pick him up if you want. He doesn't mind getting picked up too. Come here, Sally. Sally's
Baby steps.
like, oh, baby steps. Todd, turn around. I want to
Todd,
see.
look at you. Come here, you.
Here, let me get this. Sally, back up, man. She's a big-headed beast. Oh, look at him. There we go. Oh, my goodness. Do you want me to record?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, ready?
Oh, how cute.
Oh,
So dog.
That's how slippers cleanse.
there he
Mama
is.
Kiki.
Look at Todd. What a good guy. Here, want me to take a picture?
Yeah.
Take him to
How
Olvera
do I
Street,
do a
eh?
picture? Sit down, guy. There you go. I want to take a picture. Where's my phone? Oh, he loves him. Guy, do you love him?
So happy.
Are you such a
This
scary?
is the closest I've ever been to a dog ever.
I guess
Oh,
we're getting a
really?
pit bull, huh?
Oh.
That's Todd.
Oh. Kiss.
Todd's from dogfighting.
Kiss. Look over there.
Oh,
Did I take it already?
Yeah.
I took a few too.
Oh
How
my
cute.
God. I want to take one too. I want to take one. Hang on.
But you gotta need snacks.
So are these your dogs
They're
now?
mine.
That you've
Yeah,
adopted
yeah.
them and
Todd was saved from a dogfighting operation with 9 others, and they killed the whole family.
Oh,
Because
wow.
they were from a dogfighting operation.
Oh, look at him.
And have they busted a lot of dogfighting operations here in LA County?
They bust dogfighting operations across the country every day.
multiple times a day. Yeah.
Every day, how?
Did that Michael Vick stuff give it any credence?
Well, it was good because it showed people that
It's happening.
that it's
Just
happening,
let it
and
get
that
off, huh?
he ran a huge one for a long time.
He just winked at me.
He does
He winked
do
at me like
that.
that.
Here he comes. Here he
There's some
comes.
coffee though.
Watch out for that cup.
I think it's empty.
Okay.
You want to walk on this? No?
Might as well.
Hold it still. It's a
He's
little
only
shaky.
40. He's only
Getting
40
tired,
pounds.
eh?
There he is. He's just
Supposed to say
partying.
hello.
There he is.
He
Just
wants to
wants
see the
hi.
exterminator. There we go. Hi,
killed my
baby
friends.
dear.
Look at Todd.
We're gonna make a donation to your thing.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
I just said I was going to make a donation to you.
No.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you so much. That is amazing. Are
This
you
dog
kidding?
is friendly. No.
It's not a joke check.
Shut up, you guys.
Let's
Bada
see it
bing.
disappear, turn into a peso.
Oh man, thank you so much. I can't believe that. I'm blasting that out to all of our supporters. Thank you so much.
But a lot of dogs came in during the fires too, huh?
No, I mean we don't know about I don't know about. I know he is.
I want to be a dog.
We have a rabbit and
Look at that.
and the rabbit's just as lovable. Well, yeah.
Well, less lovable than this. How you be?
So I heard you guys gonna get Todd braces.
Yeah,
Todd just took over the podcast.
yeah, he did. Look at
Oh my
Todd.
You don't care out here.
Look, he's in the microphone. Look at him.
He wants to
She
talk.
said, "Where's Aaron?"
He still has some things
Todd,
to
you know
say.
that this isn't a playground, sir.
He's all happy.
Turd.
Look at his tail.
Okay, Mr. Guy, come here.
He's gonna fall.
Yeah, he needs some braces. That's for sure. Oh my God, I can't believe you guys just donated
So funny.
$1,000 to the Stand Up for Pits Foundation. That's crazy.
Aw.
Thank you so much. I did not expect that at all.
You're welcome.
That's amazing. Thank you. You're gonna have to do the show at some point.
Yeah.
What a big dog.
We did it at the Avalon Theater this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible. But yeah, sold out. It sold out in 7 days.
Oh wow.
555 people in 7 days with no lineup.
Damn, that's crazy.
Great.
I know, it's amazing. So you have to come. I think I asked you to do it, right?
Yeah.
But were you on the road or?
I think
I was on the road.
Yeah, yeah.
He's been busy like every weekend
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, you are just like.
Hit his body on my leg.
He
Well,
loves
he
you.
loves you. Is that really? Are you kind of afraid of dogs?
No.
No, it's just he's never had any pet. His first real pet, was our hamster who
Yeah.
died 2 years ago.
Oh,
And he was
Devastated.
devastated.
Or
That
King
is
Chucky
devastating.
And
Norris.
then we had a rabbit that got sick last.
Yeah, she got
last
sick, but
winter.
she got better. Last year she was very sick.
are you guys vegans too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
Rodrigo sometimes.
Trifecta.
Rodrigo vegan for desserts.
What if I would have known I live
Waiting.
next to a specialty vegan cheese shop in Hollywood that's across the street from the Laugh Factory. And their cheeses are literally unbelievable. They're expensive, but they're all vegan.
Really?
The guy, and they are so good.
I have to try
I
it.
could eat some cheese and bread today.
Oh, that cheese platter they have at Crossroads is delicious.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Glory to-
Yeah, they have like a roasted ricotta, and it's like roasted on the outside. It's like flamed, and then they put a little apricot glaze over it, and you spread it on your bread.
Vegan.
So all vegan. Yeah. Have you ever been to Crossroads on Melrose?
I have not.
fancy
oh,
schmancy,
oh,
but-
oh, yes. I've
but
been
it's
there
good.
once.
It
It's
is
good.
fancy.
Yes,
It's fancy
fancy.
and
saw
pricey.
Shannon Elizabeth
but it's
there.
delicious.
Oh, you did?
I don't know if that
Oh.
was her. And I guess it was.
Someone said hello.
Felipe thinks everybody is somebody.
Oh, my God. That's so hilarious.
For real, bro.
And then I gotta go
Fucking
look
Mel
at him,
Gibson,
like I gotta really look at him, and then I'm staring. That
I
dog
think there's
must
what we call a love connection happening here. Todd has went ahead and said, "Could you be my forever dad?" No, you're not. He wants to play now. You're not playing. They're
Wow,
great.
look, baby paws.
I know he's
They're
a.
clean.
I know.
I guess we gotta get a dog soon, huh? For
Well, let me
Felipe.
know when you're
I'll
ready.
let you
I'll get you
An
a
older
good
one.
one.
Yeah, an older one.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
take an
what
older
kind?
one.
Like 5?
And
Levels.
we'll take older ones. Yeah.
He's playing. You're not. This is not.
How old is
part-time.
Todd?
Todd's only like 2.5.
Oh, cool.
Baby then, huh?
Yeah, he's a young guy. He does love you though. That's for sure.
Who is this big guy right here?
Were you
But I've seen pit bulls and bunnies get along. I've seen some people
Yeah.
with lots of different kinds
Oh,
of dogs.
Todd would.
and
Todd would
rabbits.
love to play with
Yeah.
a bunny.
Yeah. They just gotta get to know each other.
Today was
Yeah.
today was the first time the rabbit went out today because it was cold.
And play dating.
Yeah, man. What's up, fool? I hope that helps.
It's going to absolutely help. I cannot believe how sweet that is.
That
That is so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh my God. What do you mean? I can't believe
Besides
it.
that, what you been up to? Any TV work coming up?
No,
No?
none. I just finished the tour, Stand Up for Pits.
Who was on it?
Well, the one in Hollywood, it was hosted by Kaylee Cuoco and Bob Saget, Steve-O, Josh Wolf, Fortune Feimster, myself, and Adam Ray.
Oh, cool.
Were all performed. And I'm
They all
actually
have dogs, right?
yeah, but Fortune doesn't have any pits. She's got like 2 small dogs, but Kaylee Cuoco has 3. She's hosts the event every year. She's done it for 7 years. And so that was great. But I also did Tacoma, Portland. I do them at
Tacoma.
Helium, at Tacoma Comedy
You've
Club.
dedicated your life to this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you've changed your whole career and all that stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, there was a point when I was on a sitcom in 2015, and I was doing both, and I was like, I wonder what will happen. Like if I'm on a series, how will I be able to do
Yeah.
both? I did. It was
It's good.
insane, but so yeah, and I I'm writing, and I have a script at a production company that I'm taking out in January, and hopefully will sell. I used to be a janitor on airplanes. It's called
Oh,
cabin
wow.
service. So
I
I
know
wrote.
my friend's mom does that on American. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
She cleans out the cabins after everybody leaves.
Me too.
Yeah,
That's what
well,
I did for like 2.5 years. So, and I loved it.
You gotta be fast, huh?
Well, there's through flights and then there's overnighters. Don't get it twisted. So overnighters are when you got to deep clean that plane. You
That's when
got
everybody's gone. They're not gonna take off.
That's right. You're scrubbing the bathrooms,
Yeah.
the toilets. You're emptying the garbage, restocking the liquor kits. You're cleaning the windows, the tray tables.
Finding wallets.
Well, we found some stuff. We found some
I know
stuff.
these jobs.
We found some stuff.
What's
did.
the
we
strangest
did.
thing you found under a seat? An 8-ball.
What'd you say, an 8-ball? A used condom.
Oh, that's gross.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Whoa.
Fucking
Mile
yeah.
High Club over here.
Yep.
Mile High Sucio, bro.
Vomit. Lots of vomit. Weird places that people like would be embarrassed maybe and then hide it. But like they're thinking like I'm not gonna find it. Like you're gonna barf in a McDonald's bag. You're gonna wrap it in a blanket and then you're gonna hide it. Like you think it's gonna magically disappear. So yeah, I mean it was I wrote a pilot about cabin service.
About that job. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's really funny and it's so we'll see. So, you know, just grinding as usual.
And you've been in the news lately too.
Yeah, I believe I have. Yeah. I mean,
You were like the first person. Well, no, you were mentioned with two others in the Louis C.K. Stuff.
it was actually 5 of us.
5 total.
Five
Okay.
total, yeah. But yeah, we went on record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you were doing a pilot at the time with David Arquette and
Courtney Cox.
producing,
Yeah.
right?
I was producing, writing, and starring in it. Yeah, and that's when it happened. And
And what was Louis' role on that? He was acting.
A
on
guest
it?
star.
He was a guest star.
yeah,
He did that as a guest star.
it was actually right before he did Louis, his show.
Uh-huh.
So he was a big deal.
Yeah.
And he was, but yeah, he was a guest star, you know, on the pilot. And yeah, I mean, it's a terrible,
He never did anything in front of you. He asked you to if he could do that, right?
Correct.
He
I did
proposed
not-
that idea. to
Yes,
you.
he asked if he could masturbate in front of me in my dressing room as I was walking to set to shoot my scene.
He didn't say like, just kidding, eh?
No, because he wasn't kidding.
No, because she said she reminded him that he's married.
He has a
and
wife,
had
and a pregnant
daughters.
wife, and a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, no, and I was like, that's fucking crazy. Like, what do you?
And you had no interaction with him before this.
That would
pilot,
throw me
or
off.
Like what a weird.
Throw you
question.
off? Yeah, it's a bit.
To a loop, like,
It's and you're walking onto the set to shoot a scene. Like, it's a really.
Yeah.
There's a lot wrong with it. There's a lot wrong with it. So yeah, and I it was time to, because you know, the one thing that, like, you know, I'm actually going to be publishing an op-ed about my experience because, you know, the New York Times doesn't say what they state the facts, but there's a lot more that goes into, and what, you know, there's consequences that are far deeper and far-reaching, more than what just happened, you know.
Because you also, people ask, well, why didn't you talk about it, or why didn't you tell somebody? And you actually reported it to Courtney and David.
I did.
And
What'd they
you
say?
went through the proper channels.
They gave me the option to have him removed and shut down production, or to keep going, and I didn't want to be responsible. If you can imagine, like, I'm saying the word responsible when I didn't do anything,
I
but
know.
that's the part of it. It's the catch-22 of it all. I just didn't want to be the person who did that, because you just don't want, it's a terrible position to be in. It's a terrible decision to have to make.
Yeah.
You know, it's a day that you should be excited about, that you've worked so hard. You know, we pitched the show all over town, and Fox bought it, and we were excited about being there. You finally get to tape day. You're in hair and makeup. You're walking to set, and then you're sitting in a dressing room, having a conversation, and being forced to make a decision that no one should have to make that decision. And so it sucks. It sucked then. It sucked all the years following it, for many reasons, which I will talk about. And it has been terrible since speaking out. It's been
Really?
terrible. Oh,
Really?
yeah. It's been
Backlash
terrible.
for you
Oh, yeah.
from other comics? Or people
Well,
in
a lot of the
industry?
comedians have been absolutely silent about it, which is upsetting, because if it's going to be a safe environment and truly equal for everybody, and we can protect one another, then you have to address that it happened. You know, you have to admit that it happened. But, like, it's been pretty quiet. It's been real quiet, and it's been really upsetting to watch people I, you know, respect and call friends, like, just outright defend the behavior, because, you know, hey, he didn't rape us, so how, it's not that big of a you know, it's like that kind of talk, and it's like, wow, you know, it's not been cool.
people don't never think about, oh man, that was they never say like, oh, that was Joey's sister though. Remember before that when something bad happens, but that was Joey's sister. Did you happen to Joey's sister? There's no talk like that. Like, that could be somebody's sister,
There's no
somebody's daughter.
personalizing who that.
Yeah.
Making that person a person. It's just this.
When
It's
I was
just
a
this
kid, that
thing.
was
We
yeah.
don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there's no.
Right, it's
humanizing,
very
yeah.
strange, and it's
Never,
like,
I know that girl. Like, she's a good friend of mine. Never
Yeah.
like that.
exactly. Well, then, like, also the late night talk show hosts, every night they are ripping on every single male predator that's being taken down daily, right? Not one has mentioned Louis C.K. That's their colleague.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he did it.
that's the thing
That's
that's
the
weird
thing. They're
about
trying
it.
to reconcile.
It's gross.
But it was all about Bill
Yeah.
Cosby back then.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of like holding their weight back right now to see kind of what happens. A lot of dudes are afraid to speak out on it. You know,
But
the
I think
friendship
when
thing,
Do you
that
think
stuff.
that? Do you think that? Well,
I
here's
think
the-
it is.
But what are they afraid of? Answer me this: what exactly could
Nothing.
Conan O'Brien be afraid to say? And here's the thing, too.
Gotta back up another redhead, bro.
Yeah.
It's only two of
Yeah,
us.
there's only two of us. You
And
got
Derek Carter's bald.
But you know the whole thing that he worked there, the whole, you know what I mean, all that thing. Friends,
party starter.
It's like
But here's the thing. Let me address that because I get it, and I've thought a lot about this. I've had 12 years to think about it. Okay, so, and it's terrifying to speak out. Like the month leading up before this thing came out, I can't even put into words what it felt like. It still is awful because it's not what defines me. You know, I have a lot of accomplishments and I've been in this business a long time and done a lot of great things. And to be known as his victim is humiliating
Or
for
accuser.
me. Accuser. Yeah, it's like,
That's what they call him now. They don't call him victims now. They call him accusers.
Yeah, they don't call them victims.
No,
well, no, they
they-
call us victims because he admitted it.
Oh, right.
So we're victims.
Yeah.
But if they don't admit it, it's
You're accuser.
alleged accusers.
Right.
So here's the thing. I want to address what you were saying. It's like, you know, I have a lot of friends in comedy who I love, and a lot are men. I love them so much. And if it came out that like one of my guy friends in comedy was pulling his baby dick out and acting like just being a repugnant, filthy animal, right?
That's funny you say that because Martin Moreno told me one time that they were at backstage and he was going to take off with a chick and then another comedian took out his penis and it was a baby dick. And Martin goes, that other girl got grossed out. And he goes, why did you leave him there? I don't want to be with that guy. It's just gross. You know, I can't leave my friend out there with that little thing. And Martin will verify who that guy was if he was here. But yeah, he just whipped it out like without even like no hello, no nothing.
That's not okay.
And they
by
just
the
whipped
way.
it out.
Like,
It was just.
Nah.
it's not
Cool,
okay.
man.
She
It's
was
not
a fan.
okay.
She was a fan of the show.
oh, that's
But he
even
just-
more
Terrible.
fucked
That's
up.
it.
Backstage
That's
just
it.
whipped it out, and then
See-
Martin goes, bro, he just changed everything right there, man. Because you know we were probably going to get laid, but now it looks like we're gross.
Bunch of
He goes,
savages.
I felt part of that. I felt like I was a pervert now because I knew the guy. But fuck that, bro. I left that motherfucker. I left.
Good.
I took off.
Good.
I told the girl, you know what? I don't know. I don't really hang out with this guy that much. I didn't know he had a baby dick. But that's gross, right? A lot of I'm not the
beyond-
one. I've never been the one to do that, but like just whip it out, you know?
Well, because that's
ain't got
not
that kind of
that's not
confidence.
appropriate.
Because I have a baby dick. When it's,
Well,
No, it's
so
not
what-
even about
but
that.
still,
You know,
but
it's
I just know I can't.
because it's
I wouldn't.
not
It didn't even cross my mind.
exactly.
That's the thing. Like,
I mean, I show my
First of all-
gut, but that's part of the act.
well,
yeah, that's okay. Show your gut all day.
Joe Diaz too. As many times he showed his testicles on stage, it was only on stage. He never whipped it out in
He's
front of
not
everybody.
victimizing
No.
somebody.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. Like
Cuban
what the
egg
heck?
roll,
I
you
went
know
for
what I'm
last cocksucker.
The cape and everything.
but yeah, like if it,
Yeah, he
if,
had a cape on him.
if you like if
well, there you
if you approached me and asked me if you could masturbate in front of me, or you just started doing that as a thing, you're my husband. That's gross. I don't want to watch you masturbate. I don't want you to
I wouldn't
propose
even
that
ask.
to me. You wouldn't even ask to do that.
I just do it.
Just
anyway.
show
So
behind
for
you. Hey,
some-
hey, hey.
For somebody to be either a colleague
You know,
or somebody you
manguera.
just started working with
No,
for
it's
the
wrong.
first time,
There's
Yeah.
so many levels of
completely
wrong. It's in the workplace. It's predatory.
Grab-assing.
It's past grab
beyond
assing.
grab-assing.
And now you were
beyond.
saying that at that time he was a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, you read his statement, didn't you?
Nah,
Oh,
I didn't get too much into
Sit down
it.
and have a read on it. He talks about how he
Where he
wielded
admitted it
his
and stuff,
power,
yeah.
and he
Okay.
was. It's not about. It's about power and breaking people down. It's really dark shit. But I want to address what you were saying about the guys like
Not coming out
standing
on
back
him, yeah.
and being scared, and all the late night talk show hosts not addressing it. No one talking. Everyone acting so shocked and stunned. Here's the deal. I put myself in their position because I'm a decent human being and can do that. And it sucks. Like if if it came out about someone I loved, a very close friend of mine, I'd be super upset about it. I'm not going to lie. And I wouldn't know what to say. And I like Sarah Silverman in her statement, I would probably feel the same way. Like, I don't really want to address this because it's uncomfortable. I loved that person. I never had that experience with that person, but it's terrifying to find out that this is what that person can do and is capable of. I get it. I get that it's uncomfortable. I get that people don't want to talk about it. They don't necessarily know what to say. But I also think too fucking bad. That's how I felt for 12 years. So you better talk about it. You better address it, and you better acknowledge it, because if you don't, you're condoning it. And that pisses me off. So it's like, you don't know what to say. You're uncomfortable. All right, well, take a few days. Think on it. Sit down and think on it. Talk to your family about it. Talk to that person about it. But to go out every night on a late night talk show and deliver monologues and rip on every single person.
On Ray Moore.
All of them, and
Yeah.
Matt Lauer,
Yeah.
and the list goes on and on and on.
Weinstein.
Every
Even Fox
day.
News. Oh, it was horrible.
O'Reilly and
What
blah,
Al
blah,
Franken did.
all of them. So it's like, well,
Piers Morgan.
how come no
Willie
one's,
Barcena.
you know what I'm saying?
I don't
What?
think it's a fear so much as it is.
I don't think it is either.
I think they like the person, of course, and it's hard to reconcile that this person
Which
that
is
they
fine.
like. Yeah, and that's
Which is fine.
understandable. And what you said about Sarah
of us.
Silverman's statement is true. I think that she put it into good words. Like, I love this person. I thought he was great, and it never happened to me, but I am shocked. I'm disappointed. I'm sad.
And what he
'cause-
did was wrong.
Yeah. And Pamela Adlon kind of said the same thing. She's she was his wife on Lucky Louie.
She has her own little show,
She's
right?
the voice of Bobby Hill. She has her own show that he produced. But she said the same thing. She was like, I'm shocked and I'm disappointed, and I have to figure out how I feel about all this, and she didn't say any more than that.
Yeah,
And it
she
is.
probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
she probably should say, like, I do know how I feel about it. You can't do that to people.
Yeah.
You can't do it. It's not just women either. It's like there's a lot of men who've dealt with some real gross creeper situations too, like with Kevin Spacey too. Like, it's pretty gross. Like,
And Terry Crews, the guy
yeah.
the agent grabbing
Yeah.
his package. Like,
So, I do know though that there's this weird allegiance in the comedy world about not addressing it more so than anywhere else. I hope that changes.
and I think because it was him, because Louis was held on such a pedestal by so
Yeah.
many
Hell yeah.
comics, and revered as like, okay, the new, Carlin level sort of person. They're waiting for their special to come out each year, and and then they have to kind of eat crow. Everybody kind of has to eat crow and go, this guy isn't as great as we thought.
Wait, you mean
know.
his masturbation bits aren't hilarious?
I mean, his whole act was always masturbation.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Always.
Interesting. It's interesting, right?
Trippy, huh?
Right? Very
Coming to life.
surreal. Yeah. But I did admire the work he did,
Sure.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But I think he's absolutely disgusting. And I couldn't.
I can't imagine somebody asking me that.
Yeah, it's good times, you guys. It's the holidays.
Well, now I know why he had different black T-shirt all the time.
Why?
They're all stained.
Gross. Oh my god. Ugh. Well, we talked about it.
Yeah, we talked
Right?
about it.
Were you thinking, I'm not going to talk about this? We're not going to talk about this, or we're going to talk to her about this?
You read a book about it?
I wanted to bring it up.
Hell no.
No,
You
she's gonna
did?
Write, she's gonna write an op-ed piece. She said.
I'll put.
I'm
opinion piece,
I'm
right.
gonna publish an op-ed piece about my experience and what the whole thing.
When it happened, did anybody walk up to you probably go, man, you better just shut up, man, don't say nothing.
No, because I didn't. He didn't do it in front of people.
Oh.
It was just to me, and then I went and told the head of production. Then she went and told Courtney and David, and then that's where it left it. It was up to me what to do, and then I just made the decision to
and
do
that's
nothing.
that's the shitty part. Even though
Oh, there's a lot of shitty
I mean
parts.
that's a really I know a lot of shitty parts, but
Yeah.
that's as a woman you get that in that situation a lot. Well, what do you want to do about this? Do you want to do this or this? And they're both really shitty choices.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't want all these people's jobs resting on my
Can you imagine?
shoulders. I know. And then you've got that
I was
guilt.
craft server in that job.
Thank you very much.
And
Now I
then
don't
you've
have a
got
job.
that guilt. And then
That's right.
so you're kind of in trouble in your own mind. You've
Oh,
done
you're in
poorly.
trouble. Yeah.
And you didn't do anything wrong. But as a woman, you get a lot of those situations.
You were at the wrong place with the wrong time, and
Yeah.
you came face to face with a monster.
And it doesn't
And
always
it
happen.
sucks.
It doesn't always happen with sex or whatever. But it's just you're often given that responsibility to make that choice. And I don't think guys are given those choices like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of a woman thing. It's like this. Almost like a mom thing, like, okay, I'm the mom, so I have to choose between this or this. I don't get a choice that I really want, Anyway.
It's interesting. No, that's what you're saying is, this conversation is good. Conversation is good. It needs to happen. I mean, people who have children, and daughters and sons, and they need to be talking about this and being like, hey, guess what? It's not okay to know a friend of yours is doing that and lie about it or condone it. It's not okay to do it to a girl. You can't shove a girl. You can't pull your dick out. You can't masturbate to fruition in front of a girl. You can't assault. You can't harass. All those things are not okay. Mm-hmm. And it's just like it's for the first time ever. It's really weird how at the same time, and uncomfortable and repulsive, but needed. This whole thing the conversation has become daily. And I think that eventually it won't, but maybe there'll be change. I hope there is, for sure.
Where is SAG in all this, by the way? Because
Yeah,
I was wondering, we were talking about this,
like the
SAG,
union.
like SAG-AFTRA, you know what I mean? Like, they haven't said one statement
Because they're part of the
about,
work environment.
what they are technically. Like, if you get hurt on the job,
Yeah, like if I when I had a job at Dodger Stadium, I was part of the union.
Yeah.
And if I had a problem with
go to your
anything, I was
union
my
head.
shop stewardess, and
Yeah.
he'll take it up with the owner of the place. But there's nobody there at these. Like when you're working in a movie, there's no union guy there.
there's nobody there on
protect
set.
you.
Yeah, and
Well, there should be.
there should be. But if you
Yeah.
get hurt on the job on a set,
Like they're there,
You
like
go to
oh.
SAG.
But how come they haven't addressed what happened?
haven't said a thing.
Because
Like-
AFTRA and
Ah.
SAG, they're more worried about, are you getting those hours?
Yeah,
Well-
I
They're
know.
worried more about hours.
Well, I get your emails from SAG-AFTRA, right, all the time. They're just always about, workshop on this, workshop on that, whatever. Where's the email that, in light of the recent events, we want you to be aware of our policy
New
and what
guidelines.
your
Yeah.
Not
what
one
your recourse
about
is.
how we feel
One.
about sexual harassment, SAG and AFTRA, not one article.
That's crazy.
This is what your recourse
means
is
they don't
if
have
it
your
happens
back.
to you.
Not
Yeah.
at all.
Not at all.
Because do you know what to do if you're
Just keep
sexually
paying those
harassed
dues.
on the set now?
No,
There's
I
no
didn't.
new
'Cause
information.
I learned
any
how.
other job with a union,
Yeah.
if this were to happen, the whole play will get shut down.
Or
There's
not even a union, a corporation. You
The-
know who to go to.
HR will
to
get on your
report
ass
it.
right away.
Oh yeah,
You know
that
you can
would
report
not
it to
be.
anyone.
Yeah.
But right here in the movie, still you gotta go to the first AD.
You don't even know.
You don't even know.
You don't even know.
You don't even
You
know.
do, although speaking of those Hertz commercials, when I did do those, they had a big meeting before that. It was a sexual harassment meeting that discussed.
You know I'm an OJ, right?
Here is what you don't do.
Right.
But nothing. There's nothing that's like, hey, when you're on a sitcom or when you're on a set shooting a pilot, and a predator approaches you and says in a real creepy way,
Yeah, if anybody on a set.
yeah, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to stop in that moment, ring a bell, raise your hand?
Like at jobs sites, there's signs,
Yeah.
for harassment. There's signs for discrimination.
There's posters.
There's
things.
signs for
In the break room and all that.
being
Yeah.
dirty.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
there's
that's
none
a
of
good
them ever
question.
wanted
There's
on
all
set.
sorts of rights, and you have the right to go report it, but who? To
But,
whom? Like,
yeah. That's
do you
a
go to?
really.
To El Canal.
They've been the most silent, I think, of all this. In all
haven't-
this.
I
You know what
have
mean?
not even thought about that.
We were talking about that the other day. Like, where is SAG?
We should be awarded free health care for the following year.
Yeah, man.
For therapy, if we want. I've gotten death threats.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Really?
Since coming out, really?
Yeah.
From fans or from professionals, or do you know?
Like, yeah, who's
Red-
Oh, not
Redheads.
professionals. The professions are just more
Silent.
silent, just staring
Waiting
silently.
for it to blow over.
Yeah, so they can have him back on their show. Yeah,
Star power,
yeah,
baby.
Yeah, but
Ghost
no,
Rider
it's just
sitcom.
his compulsive masturbating fans who were like, going at me on social media
The
saying
Jerky
that,
Boys.
Masturbation's overrated, man. Come on.
yeah, it's crazy. crazy.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Right?
Gilbert, they asked Gilbert Gottfried on something. He was showing his family. There's a documentary on Gilbert Gottfried and his family. Oddly enough, the family he's kept quiet for years. But he was talking about Louis C.K. and he said, "I prefer to keep that just between me and myself. I don't like to involve other people in that behavior." Like, who does? I just don't understand.
Well,
I
don't think that I really, in my opinion, I'm no psychologist, you know, and I'm also no prude either. Like I'm not known for being like really clean or PC.
I
but
think as a female comic, you can't be too PC about that stuff because it's
it's like-
around you, the discussions,
and
that
it's
everybody's sets.
Yeah,
you
boners
know.
are funny, balls
Yeah.
are funny. But here's the thing. I don't think what he did or what he does or what any of these guys do, I truly don't believe. Again, I'm not a doctor, not even close. I have a 7th grade math level. But I will tell you this. I think that I feel like these men have, this is more about power. This is a sickness. This is something much, much darker than just like, hey, I got a boner here and I'm just
Help
gonna
me get rid of it.
It's not that. I really
me
don't
rub
think
it out.
no, it's more about there's something like predatory. It's deviance. It's
Like, I know I'm doing a guest star role in this show you're producing, but I'm more powerful.
But here comes Steven
That's-
Seagal in his bathrobe.
that's right. That's right.
To go.
There's something dark about it. Like
Yeah, you're gonna give me this movie, but if you see Steven Seagal in a kimono and sandals, stay away.
yeah, right.
And I'm your SAG-AFTRA union shop.
Hair's all
owners.
down, huh?
SAG after a union. I should call my SAG after a union
That's what their
rep.
official
Yeah, where-
policy is if you're
where were you?
harassed on a set.
Really?
Because they haven't said anything. I haven't seen one thing come across from their mouths about just in case. We want you to know.
Are they
Because
busy?
I
Are
used
they
to
so
work
busy?
in HR and recruiting and staffing and stuff. And if
Pam.
something happens like this and the environment is such where all this is coming out left and right in the industry, we would put out a statement. Look, in light of recent events, we want you to know you have a confidant here. You have a group of people you can go to. You can go to. You don't feel comfortable with this manager. You
You're
can go to
not
these
alone.
managers. You're not alone. There's nothing from SAG, and it's a different. I mean, we have to admit there's a different environment in entertainment in general, but when there's SAG-AFTRA as a representative, they're responsible as well. I believe that's my feeling.
I think you're 100% correct. And maybe I'll make a
Thank you.
call.
Make a call.
And maybe I'll record it and put it on speaker.
Call that chick from Beverly Hills 90210.
What
yeah,
chick?
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle.
yeah.
Carteris.
Yeah.
She's the president.
She beat Isa Morales.
Hey, look, I voted for you.
Yeah, what happened?
I
Yeah, what
voted
happened
for
there?
you over Isa Morales,
And you're a woman.
And you're a
who
woman.
got pregnant.
Yeah, but this stuff is who got pregnant. I mean, seriously though, it's happening to men too,
Yeah.
not just women.
No,
So
it is.
it's all over.
I
the
remember
place.
there's Willie Barcena. He used to go pick up scripts from his manager. That's not even his manager, it's the guy with scripts. He used to always answer. His office was in the living room. That's the first warning right there.
Little sign.
When he would answer the door in his underwear and no socks.
Ooh.
And Willie was there with his kids.
What do you think about it? Like, what if you knew a comedian that did? Did you know Louis?
No.
Oh,
Well, only when
But
one
he's
time.
known some skeeves. Some creeper guys.
Oh yeah.
What would you do if that was your guy friend? What would you do?
We would beat his ass.
You would beat his ass. What would you do?
If somebody asked me what I would think about it, I would probably tell them what I would think about it.
What
It's
do you
not-
think about it?
It's not cool to be doing that shit, dog. Come
Listen,
on.
man,
Really,
you're
fool?
gonna get arrested, dog.
You can't go, go get a little prostitute or something. Can't go to Backpage or some shit.
I work
Let
with
it all out.
I
I
don't
work
know
with
what back pages.
I work with comedians, man, that have been so loaded that they're knocking on the only comedians door. I work with a bunch of comedians, and there was one female, and I remember that one comedian knocking at her door at night. Hey, what are you doing? Let's
my
party.
God.
And like, what are you doing, you fucking pervert?
Yeah.
But she started to joke around. She was telling us like it was funny. Like, Rudy, this guy was all loaded on my. This guy was all loaded, knocking on my deer. Yeah,
That-
man.
But still, man.
Let me in.
If the
It's
comedian doesn't
creepy.
get laid, nobody gets
That's
laid.
right,
bro.
dog. What's up, fool? So when is your next show for your Pitbull comedy show?
I'm doing. Wait, say that again. Say it again.
When is your next Pitbull show?
Pitbull show
No,
for your next
not the rapper, by the way.
your next Pitbull show for your next comedy show.
Your
You
next
gotta
comedy
get Pitbull involved in these fundraisers.
that'd be
What
cool.
the hell?
Well, I don't have his number. Anyone got it or what?
Tenemos
Felipe,
unos
you're Latino.
perritos.
Come on.
All
Like he
right.
knows him. I'll call him, dog.
Call him.
I'll
Call
ask
him.
DJ Khaled next time I see him.
Oh yes, please. He's so positive. Oh, the next show. The next show that we just finished the year-long tour this 2 weeks ago, and now we start the 2018 tour in New York City at Gotham Comedy Club the last week of April. I believe it's April 29th, and then it's still determined how many cities we're going to do. We did 13 this year, and we may do more, we may do less next year, depending on my schedule, because I do them all. So, but the next one's then, and if people want to learn about what we do, go to standupforpits.us. And, yeah.
Not to be mistaken with Rodrigo's stand up for armpits.
You're under my wing, dog.
What is that webpage again?
Standupforpits.us.
Standupforpits.us, people.
I need you to promise me you're going to do one of those shows one
I
time.
will.
Okay. All right.
I will, man.
Okay.
I'll bring
Thank
a
you
pet
so
bull
much
with
for
me.
the donation.
You're welcome, Rebecca Corry, people.
Do you think that anyone's clapping? at
Yeah.
home?
At home, man.
Well, it doesn't come out till Friday
At
morning.
home.
Okay.
Glenn Carling in Ireland. Yes, mate.
Do you guys edit this all together and
The
then
guy
just
in,
take tiny
in
sound
Japan.
bites?
Shout out to
No.
all our
Oh, good.
listeners.
It's all gonna be one stream,
Okay.
one
Any-
thing. I
any
might cut out the
shout-outs?
name he said, but
Chris M. out there in Dallas. And that other fool, I forgot your name because I wrote it down on the sticker and then I gave the sticker to somebody unknown.
Who's Chris M?
Some dude.
fan.
Right there.
Also, our new listeners who are listening to our podcast, what's up? Start at number 1 and then go backwards.
No, number one and go forward.
Happy
Yeah, I
holidays.
never want to go forward.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they could
Spay and
start with
neuter
the
your
newest one and
dogs.
go back.
Yeah.
Get your
And spay and neuter your dogs,
Yeah.
like Bob
Barker.
Barker would say.
Yeah,
at the
do
end of
it.
the
He always
show.
said that. There's nobody saying that anymore.
spay and neuter
regularly.
them. I know. Got to bring that back.
Close down pet shops. What? No.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I can't believe my friends used to have a lot of dogs in a housing project.
I think
bro.
now in California, pet stores can't sell pets
That's
anymore.
right.
It's a new law. It just came out. Or it just got, I think in September it got
That's right.
finalized, Yeah.
You can't sell dogs?
You can have rescue organizations or adoption agencies come
You
in,
can't be
but you
selling
can't
dogs
be selling.
in
You can't sell
stores.
pets.
So
So-
pet stores.
Yeah.
Not individual.
Not individuals.
No, but you're supposed to have a license for that. You're supposed to be, but there's, again, like when there's millions of dogs in the shelter, what is the point of breeding?
Yeah.
Go get a job. Get a job at a pokey store. Do pokey. Pokey's a big thing here.
Kill tunas.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'll give me an acai.
Did I ruin up the wrap? Did I ruin the wrap up?
No.
No.
Tell me everything.
What's up,
Don't have a
fool?
wrap.
I'm coming to Boulder, Colorado, and then Portland. So look out for those shows.
Yeah.
And December 27th, Flaco's fundraiser. He might get a new heart. And
With the cowardly lion.
Third surgery.
and shout out to Mamma Mia.
Mamma mia.
Paul Simon, you know who you are.
Mamma mia.